we weren't really doing in the past, but we were supposed to, because it's technically a public meeting. So I think they're required to have minutes, which you guys have been sending to them ahead of time.
But we're a committee. This is not a board.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're
that
ready
I don't
to
know.
move on with the meeting.
Yeah, I believe we are.
Thanks, Kevin. It looks like we're streaming live.
Okay. All right, so I'm not sure where we have for outstanding issues. As far as I know, I think we're pretty much set refreshments, and I know you guys are working on still on some of the prizes. But I can tell you the number wise, we have, as of today, 51 registered. In 2019, as of this date, or this many days for the race, we had 43. So we are actually running a little bit ahead of 2019. I don't think 2020 counts really. In 2019, we ended up with 248 runners. So if we're trending on the same kind of trend, which I don't know for sure, there's so many other variables, then maybe that we're looking at a 250 year, which would be really nice. On there, so I think the contract for Platt Systems you guys received. I believe I sent that over to Lisa. Karen,
Right,
did
we
you see
received
that?
an invoice and I signed a check for that last week.
Okay. All right, so I guess I'm sorry, the minutes are up. So we're looking refreshments. I don't know if anything's changed there. I know Anna had gotten somebody from the southern part of the state, right? Like Danbury or something. Anna was contributing, I saw.
Lesser Evil. They're going to provide snack bags.
Okay, so that's great. So even better.
Yeah,
And Anna's been
snack
giving
bags
me.
and a gift box too for the raffle.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, it's the communications. I mean, recently, of course, well, I guess we'll get up there eventually. We'll talk about publicity. So, refreshment tables. I think we're getting 14 tables again. Was there anything other special people coming as far as who needed tables from us, other than the ones we normally provide? Because
Right.
we've been big.
Well, we
Yeah.
have some sponsors who are coming. Do you want to know that?
No, do I want to know if we need tables for them?
Yes, I mean, I will provide a list. I'm getting ready to leave and I'm just wrapping things up and, maybe 4 or 5 tables this year.
4 or 5 in addition to what we normally have.
Yeah,
Okay.
also I'll be sending that report out.
How many tables do we have in the storage facility? Do you know?
Do I know? I don't know.
Sharon, do you know?
I'm
Karen?
not sure. I think we have at least 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just want to make sure we have enough there.
I
If
can
we're gonna,
double check on that, Kevin.
yeah. I mean, we normally been doing 14. I know there's been some left over. When we return them, there's always been tables there. So I'm going to guess another 4 or 5 shouldn't be a problem.
No, not at all.
Karen,
Okay.
your voice is very quiet.
Can you
My
hear me
voice
now?
is?
No,
No,
Or
Karen.
Karen? Oh,
So we have a device that we attached here specifically because we had issues last meeting. So is this any better?
Yes.
Okay, great.
okay. All right. So we'll adjust for 18 or 19 tables the day of. Once you get me the final list, Anna. Cleanup crew. I don't think there's anything to say about that. We'll use the kids we have and the rest of us that are there.
Kevin, let me interrupt. I've got 4 sponsors committing to come on race day and only 1 needs a table. The other ones are going to bring their own
Oh, okay. So we'll need our regular 14 tables plus 1 more right now.
right now.
Okay. So 15 tables as of now. We can. The one good thing about being where we are and doing it in the parking lot is that we can run over and get another table. It's not as big a deal as it would have been in the past. So, okay. Anything else on refreshments from anybody? Okay. Move to the next item.
Hey, Kevin, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, don't
I
apologize.
should have mentioned, I spoke with Kim Rada today, and the Friends
who?
will definitely be providing water.
Okay. That's the Friends you said?
Yes.
All right. Okay, good. And then are they going to bring it as they normally do? I don't know how easily get. I know Ron somehow ends up.
Yeah,
think
I'm
somebody
not
comes
sure
in.
what the process is. Yeah, I know Ron has been involved in the past, but we'll work that out on our end.
Okay. Well, I know in the morning that we've all gotten together and we've taken the water and moved it to the tables, but I don't remember I thought it was in Ron's truck.
I
Ron?
think so.
Ron,
Oh,
you
Well, yeah,
there?
I usually
Yes.
pick, yes, I usually pick up the water from over there and I distribute them to my 2 water stations. And then I bring the rest to the site, of registration and everything. So that's no problem.
Okay, all right. So you'll be able to do that again?
Pardon?
You'll be able to do that again?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay, all right, good. Thanks, Ron.
Yep.
All right, next item, Karen, if you can hop over. All right,
Just
so in-
before we move on, I'm sorry, this is Diane. Is
Yep.
this where we ask for volunteers to pick up at Dunkin' Donuts and some of the sponsors for delivery?
We're all set with that. I've had a conversation with Lisa Maston and Michelle, and Dunkin' Donuts is all set. The form has been signed. This one pickup. I think I copied Maureen on that. She usually does the pickup, and since it's only one location, Maureen, are you all set to pick up?
Absolutely.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. The lesser evils products are being delivered this week, or this coming week. And I'm still trying to nail down Veggie World, but Michelle said they are in her backyard and she is happy to pick that up on Friday or Saturday. So we're all set.
So I just want to make sure we know who's doing what.
I am going to send out a list before Friday with all those details.
Thank you. That's great.
Okay. Neil, I sent you, we're gonna have, it
Yes.
looks like we have up to 3 10-year
310. Yep.
runners. Okay,
I contacted Paul Powers, who provides the trophies and boosters. I contacted about 2 weeks ago. I told him what we need, 3 10-year medals and everything else the same. And he's fine. I don't think he's delivered the trophies yet, but he usually delivers them pretty quickly. I think he brings them to the library, I think, himself, and drops
Yeah,
them
I think
off.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he does, right, Karen?
He does.
They just,
Yeah, he drops
yeah.
them off here.
okay,
Have they arrived, Karen?
No, not yet, Neil.
Okay, I don't think so. Well, anyway, he knows. So I told him the date, so he'll have them. He should have them to you, soon.
yeah, he's
Okay,
been,
great.
we never had any issues with him.
No, there's never been an issue before.
Okay, good.
So he's good.
Okay, sponsorship. So part of the NA, when you leave, you'll tell us who we are gonna recognize the day of the
Right.
race for sponsorships.
Yeah, so I've got a spreadsheet of all the sponsors. There's an indication who's going to be bringing banners, who needs banners picked up, who's coming race day. In terms of money wise, I think all but 2 sponsors have paid, and both of them have said the checks are in the mail. They've all received their comp codes already, and yeah, so whoever has needs, I mean, I've got people assigned to take care of those needs. Like Neil's offered to go pick up the banners that need to be picked up and stuff like that.
Excellent. Okay, and the same thing with anything else on sponsorship, Anna?
No, but while we're talking about awards and committees, the 25th anniversary, I had a conversation with Lisa Maston. I made a suggestion because Bill Rogers is coming, and I recall last year she did a Bill Rogers basket. So we've talked about, doing something special for this year for prizes because it's the anniversary. And
Okay.
Between a Bill Rogers basket and what we can pull together from the dining partners, I think maybe I'm recommending that we have 3 baskets. Bill Rogers, a Main Street basket with Main Street area activities, and a Berlin Turnpike basket. And and then we'll still have plenty to do for the raffle. So I think that would make it, it would just make it a little bit special.
Okay.
I don't know. Any other thoughts? I mean, I think I sent that idea, Diane, across your way, but I didn't hear back.
I don't remember seeing the 3 main areas. I remember seeing the 5-year and up recognition.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know the status of reaching out to the Giantonio family or the Keeney family. I don't have those contacts. And I'm trying to nail down if the chamber is going to be there. But like I said, I should have all of that wrapped up by Friday.
Great, thank you.
Okay. And prizes, same thing. I mean, you're kind of talking about it already. Is there anything else on prizes that we should know?
No, the prizes are coming in. I mean, they're arranging them in the office, and they'll do, Lisa and Karen and Michelle will organize them like they did before I got involved. So sure they can manage it, and it'll all be labeled for you, and
Yeah,
I'll get you the information of those people that need shout outs.
okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Go ahead. You're saying something, Anna?
No, I didn't say anything. No. I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay. All right, registration committee, time and company, Diane just took care of paying the original deposit for Platsys. And I've paid 250 numbers already. So, but if we get stuck, we know our number's gonna go a little higher. No, 300 numbers, I'm sorry. So we should have no problem with numbers. I mean, let's hope we have a problem, in which case we'll get a better idea. He'll bring some more that day. Registration forms, online registration, I talked about that earlier, where our numbers are on that. And any other questions about registration from anybody?
The only thing is, while Anna's away, Kevin, I need breakdowns of the, when people register online. They
Yes,
give the dollar breakdowns, when they issue checks every 2 weeks. So if I could get from you those breakdowns, if you could just send me those spreadsheets, so I can enter them into the accounting system.
okay, so,
Like, for
I-
example, we just got a check, and I know, in fact, it's for the last 2 weeks of March. And again, you
It's
have to
already
bear with
done.
me. You already sent it, Anna?
No, I've been waiting for you to ask for it.
I just picked it up today. I got home yesterday, so I haven't gone through all the library stuff. I'm looking at it now. It looks like my desk blew up. But every 2 weeks we get an online check, and I need a breakdown of what that, because it's just a dollar amount. It gives me no breakdown of who's registered or who
No,
gave
I know,
what.
I know, Leanne. So
But I
I've
know
got,
you do, but when you're away, I
So-
need Kevin to send it to me.
so there'll be
Yep.
one, there'll be, you've just got one. Because I can see it behind the scenes before you get the check. So I
Yeah.
can do the one that comes up on the 15th, and then you're talking in 2 weeks. That's May 1.
We're talking the last 2 weeks, the last 2 checks.
Right. I'll send Kevin a copy of what I send you, then he can see that what I do. And then he can follow through. And Kevin, I have instructions on what I do. So I'll send
Yeah.
that to you as well.
I appreciate
sounds
it.
good.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep,
Yeah, it's
no
good that
problem.
we have a backup system. It's important.
Yeah, no, agree 100%. Okay, anything else on any of the registration stuff? Any questions?
The one thing that I wanted to bring up is we had decided to do the Saturday packet pickup.
Right? So I have to close registration on Friday night and give you a list on Saturday morning. Which I
Right.
will.
And we need to have library personnel staff that packet pickup time. So I'll send out a spreadsheet and ask for people to sign up for that.
You mean trustees,
Trustees, yeah, what did I say? People?
library personnel?
Oh, no, I mean trustees.
It worked well last year.
It did, and let's hope our weather is as delightful. It was really
Yes.
nice.
Yep, no, that won't be a problem. I'll get you what you need and close registration like 9 o'clock that night or 8 o'clock on Friday night, whenever I know I can do it. Okay,
Great.
all right, next section.
Of course.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know what comes after registration. I should know them by heart, but I don't.
Yeah, it says rates, which I think we've already decided.
Yeah, rates and numbers. Yeah, no.
And numbers, so we can
Yep.
move on.
All right, so I know Ron usually handles most of this stuff. I think we've kind of confirmed we have everything. We have the police. I have the loudspeaker.
Yes.
Ron, you have the starter horn again.
Yes.
Oh, do we have a third person to help us with a homeowner's notification as far as doing the handouts? Usually we do them like, I don't know when you guys normally do them. I usually do them like the Thursday or Friday before the race for my section. I think Dennis used to do them a little earlier than that.
Yeah, I usually do mine midweek.
Yeah.
Neil can help this year.
Doing,
Huh?
Maybe Neil can help with that this year.
You feel like walking some, Neil?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so
I'll just need a little guidance
yeah,
as to what I do.
yeah, so we'll just get what we'll do is we'll get you the map and then we'll show you Ron's section, my section, what Dennis's section was. And then you pick up the flyers from Lisa and then just, put them in. We usually put them in the mailbox, or you're not supposed to do that, but
Right.
put
Yes.
them in the door.
I put in the door is what I would probably do.
Yeah, door, if they have a newspaper kind of thing,
Right. Yeah.
we put them in there. Or sometimes under the mat if they don't have a door that opens or something, so.
Well, I can find
A
a
lot of times-
place. Yeah, I can find a place.
Yeah,
That
and
won't
a
be
lot of times
problem.
just hand it to people. People are out. A lot of times they're out and you just hand it to them, tell them what's going on. And
Yeah, this is a nice handoff. I mean, I've done handouts for other things that people didn't get always too friendly about, but this is fine. Just give them, this should be no problem, bro.
okay, all right, good. So we have a volunteer. Thanks, Anna, for getting our volunteer.
Thanks, Anna, for volunteering me. I'm there. I'm always there.
Sports signs and sponsor signs. I mean,
Neil's a good right-hand man.
yeah.
I'm going to take an order.
The course signs. I'm pretty sure. Ron, did you end up keeping those, or do they go back to the library?
well, I've got the course signs in my garage, but the race signs, I mean, the mile markers, they must be at the library or somewhere.
I think
Yeah, a
they
lot
are.
of times I
today.
ended up with them, but this year I didn't end up with them. Usually I get them and bring them back, so I have them, but I don't have them this year.
Yeah, I
So,
think we have them.
Oh.
I'm just not quite sure where they are.
okay. All right, so you and I will talk, or you
We
and I
also
will
have the
talk.
lawn signs. Are the Friends putting the lawn signs out? Remember they,
I've seen a list.
What
I'm
did you
sorry?
say, Anna?
I've seen a list. Mary Ellen Procco distributed a list and they're all set.
okay, so they're gonna place
Okay.
them.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, good. Let's see, bathrooms and power. Well, we're using the library if we get stuck, so we should be all set there.
Counting on that.
Race volunteers and road volunteers. How do we have anything from the high school on how many kids we have? Do we know yet? You're handling that, right, Neil?
Yeah, I think I wasn't at last month's meeting, and I think we had. At the last we discussed, we had almost too many volunteers last year.
Right, you
trying
want
to
to keep it to maybe keep it to a dozen for the
Yeah.
kids. 'Cause-
I think I'll have to follow up on that with Michelle Royer and someone. I'll just follow up on that. These are high school volunteers.
Right. Like I said,
Right.
we've had too many in the past, so,
Yep.
I mean, it's just hard to keep them busy.
Neil,
Exactly.
so this is Lisa. That's prom weekend, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
I'm going-
get some freshmen, sophomores,
Yeah. One of the sponsors had indicated they wanted to send some volunteers. And so I'm waiting to hear back. I should know by the end of the week. The unfortunate part is that the person who was gung ho about it retired. So now I'm dealing with a new person and they said they would get back to me by the end of the week. So I don't know if it's going to be the same kind of follow through.
Okay, and this is Diane. One of the things that could be very important for placement of volunteers would be on Garfield Street, right as you pull into the Garfield/library parking lot. Evidently, last year, some cars were driving down into the course. So if we can waylay people or have them, pull into the parking lot and turn around rather than go down farther on Garfield Street. I think from Willard, it's blocked off, but once you're coming down Garfield, it's not blocked off necessarily.
You know, the thing is
Well,
that he used to, the road guy, I forgot his name was, top of my head. I know Ron knows him. He used
Yeah,
to block
Billy.
that off for us. He used to put cones up after the race, or leaves them for us,
Yeah.
but we didn't have cones last year.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, Ron.
Hey, Kevin, we're gonna block off this year. He's still gonna put the cones up at Garfield and Welch, but we're gonna also block off at Cambria and Garfield. That's where I want a couple adults. So we're gonna make sure this year that we don't get any traffic. So after the runners pass by Cambria, we're gonna close that off until the race is over.
Okay.
So we're definitely not going to have any traffic going down there.
Yeah, good, because last year we did have people coming through the course backwards on us. And that's
Yeah, I
because we
know.
didn't have cones for some reason, yeah. But normally, I don't think
Yeah,
it's normally been
so
a
I-
problem.
So this is
Yeah,
Anna.
I
So-
already
Sorry.
talked to Billy about that in the police department. So we're going to block off at Cambria, so there shouldn't be any problem this year.
So
All right, great.
the volunteers that I'm getting are going to be adult volunteers, and I was my understanding that they would be assigned on the roads. If
Yes.
they fall through, I was thinking that maybe we could reach out to the Masons. They're up on the corner, and maybe we could get a few, volunteers from them to help us out that morning. I mean, they're supposedly a community organization. They're right in the area of the race. I mean, that would be a good tie-in if somebody could follow up with that, if this American Eagle contact falls through.
We've had
Okay.
adults before. Didn't we get them from CERT the last couple of years?
From who?
Didn't we get
CERT?
them? Didn't we have CERT volunteers last year?
Well, I
No.
put a request in and they mentioned it at their meeting, but I was
I'm-
not at their meeting.
I'm here to talk about that.
Okay, I
There
didn't
you
see
go.
you. Sorry, Megan.
Hi, Mom.
You want,
So
Megan,
Megan-
why don't you talk about it?
So we don't have anyone officially signed up as far as I know, in terms of the date. I'm here to get more information on it. The people that participated last year, I think the point about having too many volunteers is a good point. There was a lot, I guess, kids just standing around and kids in the street without vests on and things like that, and especially with the road not closed. So sounds like you guys have had that sorted out with Billy Califano. So that's good. I don't know how many people we typically get for this, but I'm sure we will get, a handful of people. They are probably more well-trained in traffic control than high schoolers. So my advice would be to not necessarily put them in the road, but if the roads are closed, CERT can operate in the roadway. If the roads are not closed, they can't unless they have a specific certification. So, but I still wouldn't put kids in not vests in the roadway.
We don't normally put kids on the road. The kids do the water.
Yeah, I
kids
got
do
like
other things.
feedback from my CERT people last year that said that was happening. So that was the only reason I mentioned it. So,
Okay.
and I don't know anything about the ambulance or how you guys work that. That's a totally different department.
Yeah, no, we're set with that. But Lisa usually gets it. I mean,
Okay.
We're
Karen
all
usually
set
gets
with
it for us.
ambulance.
That's an interesting point that Megan brought out. I mean, do we have vests to issue that day for the people who are out on the road?
we haven't used kids that I'm aware of. I'm
No,
surprised
but
to hear that there
but
was.
even adults wearing a vest.
I don't know. I don't think we have. Ron, we haven't done vests for them, have we?
No, we haven't done vests, and I've tried to have adults on the main Wilson Avenue where I am. So, I mean, I don't usually have kids down there. I try to get adults for that stretch.
No, but I think what Megan was referring to is that if people wearing vests, they look more official than people just standing in the road trying to direct.
Well,
if
and
they-
then then there's policies that we have, and like I know Gnarl has and things like that like our guys have to be in high vis. So when, like, that's what draws drivers' attention is those bright yellow, whatever. So they're not necessarily even looking at the people that are standing in the street. They're not. Either way, I mean, if you need vests, I'm sure that we can get you vests. I'm assuming we will get a couple CERT members, and they will certainly be in high vis gear. So I would just recommend that however it ends up working out, putting someone who's very visible at those intersections you were talking about. And you never know, like cones don't necessarily stop anyone these days anyways.
Right. Okay, well, yeah, that certainly would hurt to have a couple extra vests. I think what we have made we have 4 intersections we have to worry about, right, Ron? On Wilson?
Yes. Yeah, I usually do the main one at Walsh and Wilson, and then the other ones further down toward the Polish American Club. You know, they usually stand on the manholes just to make sure that no traffic comes through, because when there's a break in the race, you know, we do let some traffic through, but then we have the people on the manholes holding up traffic when the racers are coming by again. So we haven't had any really problem there in the past.
No, but it probably wouldn't hurt to have those people, whoever they are, whether it's CERT or somebody else, to have vests on.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else on course committee or anything else, Megan, that we should know about?
And some of the CERT committee and the guys who are on part of the ham radio, the radio really aren't they? Didn't some of them come last year? I think.
Yeah, and I believe they helped. They were there as well. I'm not sure exactly. Ron can speak better because Ron does the assignment for the roads. When we have
Yeah, they were at
volunteers.
various intersections. They were at various intersections.
Yeah, the guy who's organizing our effort wears a couple of hats. He's also a CERT member, and he also has the TIMS training that's required by the state for directing traffic. So that's Paul. So he's usually one of the people at the intersection.
Okay. And he'll be there this year?
Yes, he will be there.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Time check, it's 6:45.
Okay. We're getting there.
Well,
I know, and this is an important meeting because the race is next month. I'm just,
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next section.
perfect timing.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
have been in communication with the fellow that does our t-shirts. He will not have a problem meeting our deadline for delivery. We discussed amongst us, we've got the color. It's going to be a colored dry shirt this year with white lettering. The color is royal blue, not a purpley blue, but a deep bright blue. I don't know how else to explain that. So they are well on their way to being ordered. I need the proofs for the logo layouts on the shirts, but I have the logos. So we're good with the t-shirts.
you can't go wrong with blue.
That was the thought, blue, and then the white lettering would make it a little bit brighter.
Blue is very safe.
Okay, public relations. Not really sure what we have left on that unless we have a couple more things, Anna, when we do. I think Lisa was tracking down Giantonio's and also Keeney, right? Karen?
Right. I don't have an update on that,
Okay.
Kevin. Yes, you're right, she was, but I'm not sure where that stands right now.
Okay, and then
I'll follow up.
Anna's
and We'll get back.
gonna
to
give me
you.
the rest of the shout outs I need for that day,
Right.
right? So,
Right.
okay.
But I think Lisa Jones can talk more about public relations. We've got a couple of things. Before we jump to that, I wanted to mention, I forgot to mention that Christine Shushan's been working with the schools to promote the Cheers sponsorships. And she's made inroads, thank goodness. We finally, got our foot in the door, and we're giving the 2 middle school coaches 10 codes each to distribute, and we'll see if it works this year. So Thank you to Christine for those efforts. Lisa Jones, where are you?
Here.
I'm right here.
muted.
So we're developing a flyer to send out to the Newington Chamber of Commerce. So all of the chamber participants, not as a sponsor, but as attending the road race. So that's one event. And then we would like to reach out to the schools with and I need to talk to you, Christine, about this, about getting information into the schools. I know that they have weekly or bi-weekly newsletters that go out to the parents. So if there's any spot that we can add a plug to get people in the town to be able to attend the race, actually. If you looked at the statistics, there's only, of all the attendees of the road race in the past, it's been roughly half Newington and half in other towns. So it would be nice to see that part bumped up if we can encourage any of the, especially here for the 25th. So we're looking to see about that. And then I wasn't at the race. I wasn't at either meeting last month, but I did send a listing on of things that were ideas about communicating out and actually beginning to sponsor this as a 25th anniversary celebration, and getting the town council involved, as well as perhaps our government officials, so state rep, Gary Turco, things of that nature, so that we can start to get them involved and perhaps have a proclamation of the race and the commitment to the library. So those are underway as well. And that's really, I think that Michelle Royer, and I don't know if Mark Janney has reached out or you and Lisa agreed to a time to meet, but Mark Janney is from Newington Life is going to interview Anna and Lisa regarding the race, and I think that's about it for the road race.
Anything else on public relations from anybody?
Well, I do have some
Yeah.
more, but go ahead, Maureen.
I just wanted to mention, we're going to be getting the Avery soda, and I'll talk offline with Diane, because I'll need the artwork for the logo.
Great.
And we're just going to get a variety of sodas, no special type, and have our 25th logo on the bottle. And it's the first two, I don't remember, 250, 200, just like the t-shirts.
Yeah, so I
Those
think
folks will
we had
get a-
said 250.
Yeah.
But
So
I
those
think,
people will get a commemorative bottle of Avery soda with our
right,
logo.
and then I think the further discussion was maybe we'll bump it up to cover sponsors as we do with the t-shirts as well. So I'll refine those.
So
numbers with you.
we'll go offline and when I
Yeah.
go to order it. And they need a 2-week notice, so let's keep that in mind.
Good.
Please.
So I have a couple more things with regard to promoting and the 25th anniversary. Last time we talked about the possibility of doing a food drive for the Newington Food Bank, and Lisa Maston got information from social services. They gave us a list of things, and when I looked at it, I thought, gee, there's a number of things that here, it would be very easy to do a paper drive, because they're asking for toilet paper, paper towels, plastic wrap, tin foil, and dryer sheets. So, rather than asking for canned vegetables and all that, I think that would be just an easier message to get across, a paper drive. So I was just wondering how people felt about that this has not been put out anywhere. This would be something that we would add into the messages going out to the runners, going forward, and we would certainly put it in the information going to the chamber and to the newspapers and any other press releases that we're doing.
I like the idea of the paper drive. I think that's easy. Wasn't there also a hygiene list, soap, shampoo, things like that?
I know, but then it starts getting confusing, Diane.
Okay.
You know, I think, paper, it just makes it easier.
Right. So maybe what we'll do is the paper drive out to the general public, but if our library board members are thinking of donating anything, I'll share both lists with you. And then if we think the general public is going to give paper, maybe we'll give some of the soap and shampoo kind of things. Just a thought to try to cover all bases, but keep it simple.
Okay. The other thing we talked about, there wasn't nobody was real, unless Pauline is on the call.
I just got on.
Oh, hi, Pauline. I know you did some research about the balloons.
Right.
But we also talked about music at the finish line, and there was of course, because it's senior prom weekend, there are no band members around. I reached out to a couple of folks, and we've got a local DJ. He's a member of the chamber. He grew up in Newington, and he's available that morning, and he's looking for $200 to come and set up and play, pump up the jam or whatever at the finish line. I think it would be, something good. The runners go, they come through once and then they do the loop again, so they would hear the music twice. And I don't know if this is something that you want to pursue. I mean, we the intent of the sponsorship money is to raise money, but sometimes we got to spend a little bit of it too, I think. And I'm just trying to get the sense of how people feel about spending $200 for a DJ that morning. Fingers crossed it's good weather.
And
think
when does he perform? Is it?
When the gun goes off, he would start playing. And then, when the first runner comes through in 20 minutes, he's there playing, and, they come through in 10 minutes, and then they come back around in 20.
So the music is constant.
The music will be constant until the last runner crosses the line, or walker.
And I had asked you this question last week. I didn't realize this. This is something that many races do. They have music and.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
from 9 in the morning until 10.
Yeah,
but
finish by
you would
10.
have to be set up like at 8:30 because the road.
Right, but so will he be playing at 8:30 or will he do the setup?
That's up to us. That's up to us if you want to have them playing while people are mulling around. Waiting,
I'm just wondering the volume and if there's any kind of ruling in town about when you can start to, I'm sure we have a ruling about chainsaws. I don't know if we have a
Make
ruling
noise.
about DJs.
I think 8:30 is probably permissible. Kevin, would you know that?
Construction
You
is.
It's
Cut your
actually-
grass
I
at
think
8:30, right?
I think it's actually 8 o'clock, but I'm not positive on this one.
So it's not 10. So
No, I don't believe so.
Construction is
I think
7
it's
or
8.
8 o'clock in the morning, so.
So I don't, I mean, there's really no houses where we are anyways, for the most part. I mean, I'm saying they couldn't possibly hear you, but, right, there's nobody right where we're doing the music. And if he's doing the music down at the finish line, I'm not sure exactly how he's gonna shift. But if he's doing the music down the finish line, there's nobody there. There's no houses there, so. If he does it the starting line, I suppose they could hear you up on, depending on how loud he plays it.
I mean, we'd have to
And I
just-
think it's a great idea. Have them start early while people are still mulling around and waiting for the race to start. And a lot of people finish earlier than others, and having music playing while we're waiting for the awards sounds terrific to me. So maybe book them to actually play between 8:30 and when do you start the awards, Kevin? 10:30?
Yeah, probably about, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so
usually-
8:30 to
Usually around
10:30,
10.
$100
yeah.
an hour. Seems reasonable to me.
So do you think it would be better to have them further up, closer to where the start line is, rather than down below at the finish?
I mean, the finish by 10, virtually everybody's through. That's walking even by then. I mean, sometimes we have stragglers after that. So that's it. He's not going to move all his stuff. I mean, I assume he has
Yeah,
a lot of things
yeah.
to set up. And if you do the music starting down there, again, the race is up the road. I mean, it's not really far away, but it is up the road.
Right.
So
And then
I don't know.
And won't be competing with whatever you might be saying up in front of the library.
Well, if he did do it there, if he was gonna do the music there, then maybe we could just integrate what we're gonna say using his system or something. We could talk to him about that, rather than me have the separate speaker system. Not that it's a big deal either way. I could have
So my thought is if he's set up somewhere between the start and the finish line, wherever we can get power for him, he can kind of see what's going on. Certainly play the music ahead of time, and then we'll do a pause, maybe have him announce that it's 5 minutes to the start of the race, and he'll be quiet so that when you kick off the race,
Sure.
you know, it's a true
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
there. And then once it's started, he plays until we ask him to, end, that 10:30-ish time, and then people can congregate by the prize table.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the power is gonna come from. Certainly if he's down at the finish line, the power can run right off the same thing that we're doing for Platt Systems, but I don't know if it's up at the starting line. I'm not sure. I guess you could run an extension cord to the community center. I'm not really sure. I don't know if there's any external outlets up there either. I don't remember ever seeing one, but I never really looked.
Does Ron know? Ron?
Well, I know I have already made arrangements with the bus garage for the extension cord for the timing unit, but as far as another outlet for power, I don't know.
We were to put them potentially in the, toward the lower lot, in the lot, could we run them off the library? And then they're midway, you could still hear them on the street from there.
Yeah,
We
we ran
certainly
extension
could
cords
do
last year
that.
for different reasons, on the library.
I'm just
was
thinking
that,
if
Kevin?
they're up on the lot, it's a flat surface for them to play off of setup and
Well,
like
Mill
that
Street.
second bay. Yeah, I mean, we're closed, so we could put them on there.
So
But
maybe
if it's on the library, what I was thinking was if
about
he was
more
up on the
offline.
lot, he would be within, if you're on that, if you're in the
So I
library
think
lot,
we
the
have to
lower part.
investigate if we can get power from the library for that. And then we'll do a vote on the meeting, but it seems like there's consensus here that that's a good idea. And then we'll make sure that we can carry through on it. I'm thinking maybe some of the lamp posts or something might have power that he can tap into from the library.
Yeah,
If it's
I'm not
anything,
sure
if
about
it's
that.
anything like the lampposts on Market Square, it's not enough to support. You have to open the system.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I just want to make sure I understand where you're talking about, Leanne. You're talking about the Garfield lot, right?
I'm talking about not the Garfield lot. You know how we have kind of like two sections to our library lot?
Oh,
The
yes,
upper part. I'm talking about the spot where they're primarily just parking slots.
okay,
If we were to do it there or in the actual opening between, where you come in off of Mazzucchelli Way into the lot,
okay,
right in that drive perhaps.
okay.
And then the sound could radiate up to where prizes are, but it would also go down to the street, I think.
All right, we'll check on the power situation. I don't know the answer to that.
Why
if
don't we
need-
leave it like this? Why don't we, if we vote to hire him, we'll get the DJ to investigate a little bit more. He knows what he needs.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
he can figure out what his setup is going to be. And who knows, maybe he's even got a little mini generator. I don't know.
I like the idea. Yeah. Especially what you just said, Anna, checking with the DJ himself.
So Kevin, if you don't see a problem coordinating with that, then we'll
No.
put it forward for a vote during the board meeting to approve it pending access to power.
And Kevin,
Yeah.
are you willing to be the go-between to make sure that it's set up where you need it to be?
Sure, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got one more harebrained idea, and it's not even my idea. Somebody suggested that we set up a table. The trustees have their own table at the race to promote the Legacy Society. And I wish I was there to do that, but I won't be there, but might not be a bad idea to get our message out there.
Yep.
Trustee table. Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so
you guys are gonna talk about that, I guess. I mean, also use another table, so.
yeah,
Right.
Because-
I think that requires another table, and I think we can talk about it at the board meeting. It seems to make sense.
Yeah, 'cause you must have a legacy committee, right? I mean, you used to anyway, so I assume you still do.
We do.
Okay.
Half of it's going to be in France.
Half is, yeah, it's a huge committee. Okay.
It's huge committee.
Okay.
All right, sponsor sign, race sign and banner. I assume we're gonna do the same things once we have all the sponsors. Ron, you'll pick it up again as usual.
Oh, the sponsor sign, yes.
Okay. All right, I know we're running out of time here, so let's move along a little bit here. So, Rich, that's all passed. We're all set. I gave you the numbers on that. Let's move on to the next section, which other business. So is there anything else that we have to talk about before our next meeting and on our way to the race?
This is Pauline Crook. Just a quick thing regarding the archway. There's only 2 companies that I could find in Connecticut that pre-make and deliver. One was in Milford, so I decided not to contact him. The other one was in Farmington, and she is booked. I didn't even think of that because in the others that I've been seeing, you can have pre-made ones mailed to you and delivered. I don't know how, either by UPS, and you still have to set it up. And the other one is like for yes, Dan.
So
Thank
here's a suggestion. Rather than having an actual arch, if we want to do balloons and decorate and make it go, maybe we want them, like with the tied down to some sandbags, and then maybe we want to hand them out to kids as they leave or do anything
Yeah.
else like that as a little parting gift. The other thing
Yeah.
that I want to say is I stepped away briefly because Gary Furstenberg is
That's
was
done.
looking for our other meeting to join that because he needs to speak on that. So I think it's, sounds like we can't do an arch. The question is, would we do something else?
Well, it's easier to do just the balloons with a sandbag or a weight. We can get that, even do it ourselves if we, rent a helium thingy. That wouldn't be that difficult.
All right, so
That's the way to go.
I think it'd be easier.
yeah, I think if we do it, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I saw some beautiful ones for $600, but this is not quite in our budget.
We'll have to save that for somebody's quinceañera.
Yeah. All right, that's my bit, and I'll work on the how many we think we will need for the kids and stuff.
Okay. Anything else? When's the next meeting gonna be?
May 9th, I think, is the date.
What's it? I didn't do
I have to look.
I think I said before that I
It is May
won't
9th.
be able, yeah, I don't think I can, unless it rains that day. I don't think I'll be able to join live. I mean, I can join like this because I can do this in my car, but I couldn't come to a meeting, that's all I'm saying.
No, I just want to know if she did it.
Yes.
I guess,
Andy, can you go on mute? Thank you.
Okay, so May 9th, 6:15 again?
But I'll have to either do it on the phone or I'll have to do it virtual if you actually have an in-person meeting.
Okay,
I don't think I'd be back in time because my girls have a game in Talland.
okay, great.
All right.
All right.
We'll talk to everybody in a couple of weeks.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Kevin. Thank
everybody.
you, everybody else for supporting the race. We appreciate it. We'll sign off this one and jump on the other link for the board meeting.